Okay, welcome to the bracket episode 152. Today, missing a couple people because of the quarterback throwing competition, which it'll by the time this is out, that'll be over. I'm just assuming Stephen Che won. Does that feel like a safe bet?
Can we say?
I'm taking a guess. It's currently happening as we speak, and it's in the first matchup.
Oh.
Stephen Che tore his ACL. Teddy Bridgewater.
No, actually?
He got carted off. Yeah, and he did the when he was getting carted off, he gave the.
No, wait, that really just happened?
Down.
Oh,
No.
that actually, I would be.
I'll believe
but
anything
Jesus
after Reed.
Christ.
He's gonna wish he did after his performance.
I was expecting more of like a Kevin Ware type deal, since at least you guys were on the basketball court, which would be also similarly brutal. But yeah, we have Eddie from New York, a little bit of a change of pace. Glenny Balls, Klemmer, and Rudy on with us. And today we are debating a topic very excited about. Stooley submitted it, or Bracket Fan anyway, submitted it pretty recently. The most 7 out of 10 things. So the idea of this is, the most 7 out of things, it's like things that are good but not great. It's got to be like whatever the item, whatever the thing is, and there's a big variety of different submissions here. It has to be a 7 out of 10. And I will note, if you guys disagree with me on any of these, it's fine. We have a lot of chain once we go through it, because I had to basically base this off of my taste and when I think you guys would be in the same like ballpark as me, but I don't know for sure. So if you guys feel very strongly that I was in the wrong in some of these seedings or something, just let me know. Maybe.
We'll let you know.
But before we get to that, let's talk about Game Time. Did you know that you could get tickets to the Suns, Magic at Suns right now in Phoenix, $13? Isn't that fucking crazy? $13 you can get them right now. And this is, if you're watching this episode, it's only a few days from now.
Two good teams.
October 18th. Suns are great this year. Absolutely fantastic. They told me to pick a basketball team, and I didn't want to pick I initially thought maybe like a D3 basketball school, just wouldn't be as fun. So yeah, you can go watch the Suns. Basketball season is here, and we can't wait to get out to some games this fall with the help of Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. There's no feeling like seeing your favorite player drain of 3 live, and Game Time can help. You know how much you love it. Every time you see anything with Barstool, you see Game Time everywhere. You see our employees. We always go to games. Their Game Time. They're amazing. Now they have the brand new Game Time Picks feature, which is making it even easier to get to games with. It filters out the fluff to show you only the most incredible deals on great seats, so that you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets for an NBA or college game near you. I was looking for those Suns tickets, just found them for $14 just in 2 seconds. So pull up the event, turn on GT Picks at the top of the screen, and browse the best local Game Time picks near you with the Game Time app homepage. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BRACKET for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BRACKET for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time. All right. First few options that we have. We have the number 12 seed versus the number 5 seed. The 12 seed is one submitted by KB, which I read it initially. It gave me some thought, and I was like, I think you're right. Jennifer Garner. Jennifer Garner as, don't think of this in a horny way. I'm assuming you don't mean it in a horny way.
Well, how can I? Okay. You asked me to do the impossible.
This was based on nothing but gut. I don't know anything about
Alias
her.
Jennifer Garner is a 10.
Yeah, but this is just Jennifer Garner in general. You're just saying, on a whole, there's no specific category rating, and Jennifer Garner on a whole as a 7 out of 10, and I was like, I think he's right.
I gotta say, draft day Jennifer Garner is a 7. Like, acting ability, everything else.
I was based on everything.
She's pretty good in the Capital One commercials.
She is very good. I think that she excels.
13 going on 30 is a classic.
Yep.
Wait, I have a...
But let's not act like 7 is like
It's
bad.
good.
7's good.
I would say it's better than
But
good.
before we begin, are we picking who should advance more? The thing that's closer to a 7 or the better overall
The thing that is more of a 7 out of 10.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta say, if I see Jennifer Garner's name in the credits of a movie, I'm like, oh, all right. I'm not like, yes. I'm like, oh, good.
But that's a 7. Yeah,
That's
that's
a
a 7 out of 10.
That's a
I think
7.
KB was dead on with this one.
I agree.
And in this matchup, she's going up against something she's gone against probably her entire life. People always compare these two. Wired headphones. So Jennifer Garner versus wired headphones. Which one of these things is more of a 7 out of 10? And I agree with the person who submitted this too. I think the wired headphone experience is a 7 out of 10. It's not fantastic. You get tangled. They get in your pocket. They get turned into a mess that you have to like move your head around so that you don't get them stuck on stuff. I think it is a 7 out of 10 experience because it just is. And I would start with you, Klemmer.
So I prefer wired headphones. I'm always frantic I'm going to lose them. I'm terrified of losing, like one's going to fall out. I have fears of falling out and losing them. So for me, wired headphones is much higher than a 7. It's my preferred. So I think Jennifer Garner is the answer here.
Jennifer Garner is a 7 out of 10.
I agree with Klemmer on that. I am a massive wired headphones fan. I buy them from Skull Candy on Amazon all the time.
No. Not skull candies.
I love skull candies. I
Old
love them. You
school.
can plug them in on plane. I bought one recently actually because they're just so much better than the ones Delta gives you on flights.
Wait, you can plug them
yeah, you
in?
can plug them into planes.
Planes.
It's awesome. And like I've recently been, you know what happened recently? I've been doing these AirPods. I know that was a joke, haha. But people don't think to bring them on planes. I've been doing AirPods recently because I don't know, everyone has AirPods. And I've been on 2 flights in the last probably 6 months where I was taking, like the end of the AirPod. I got bigger fingers. I took them out of my ear and they just fell on the seat in front of me or the seat to my right of me. I had to wait till we landed to find them. Yeah, so I'm currently using my AirPods, but I prefer wired headphones. And to piggyback off that, I'm going to say Jennifer Garner as well.
Not to counter too much, I hated skull candies. They always broke within they had a shelf life of 2 weeks.
Yeah, but they were cheap.
But they're super cheap.
Yeah,
They are super cheap.
I'll just I buy them like
Yeah.
once every few months on
I do the
Amazon
same thing.
just to have them.
So we are 1 for Jennifer Garner, 1 for wired headphones.
No,
No, two.
Sorry, you're sticking
I'm
with
Garner.
Jennifer. Oh, sorry.
2 for Garner.
So 2 for Jennifer Garner. Eddie.
So I actually think the wired headphone experience is a little bit below a 7 out of 10. Mm-hmm. Like for reasons you said, especially you turn your head the wrong way, they pop out, then you got to shuffle around, plug it back in. Not saying that the wireless headphone experience is great because, like Glenn said, you lose them, they die. No headphone experience is a 10 out of 10. But with that said, there's something about Jennifer Gardner with being like, 7 out of 10. So
She's full on 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm Jennifer Gardner.
3 for Jennifer Gardner. Rudy.
It'll be a cold day in hell if I pick Jennifer Gardner is lesser than wired headphones.
It's a matchup. People have been debating this for
real?
years.
For real. I mean, Electra, Juno.
That was a long time ago.
I was.
So
I'm just
what?
saying time happens.
You
I
can't say
can. No,
that.
I can say that for that reason.
Are you saying based on
No,
appearance
the whole
or
enchilada.
acting?
I won't lie. Like a lot of it is, I just really have always had a huge
You have a
crush
thing
on
for
Jennifer
her.
Gardner. But that is part of being an actor. Is like I like looking at you, and I do think she's a good actress. In Juno, I thought she was really good. But wired headphones, I think, are properly rated. They're my backup. I prefer wireless headphones, but I use wired headphones a lot. They're my backup. But the big issue for me is just like if you're working out with wired headphones, you feel like you're in a straitjacket. It's just an awful experience. So no, I think that those are much more properly rated. They do the job, but they're just not. There's just always something a little bit inconvenient about it.
So 2 for wired headphones. KB.
Well, yeah. I think headphones as a technology is 9 or 10 out of 10. I think listening to music is 9 or 10 out of 10. But what are we comparing the wired part to? Just wireless?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the idea. Or listening directly through whatever the device is.
There's not enough variance with different types of headphones to give like different scores 1 through 10. But I think wired is worse than wireless.
So
So I'm gonna go Jennifer Garner.
That means Jennifer Gardner is going to move on. I just want to test your. Okay, just want to make sure.
Sorry.
I didn't know if that was just my headphone. Okay, so that means the next matchup you have is the number 4 seed versus the number 13 seed. The 4 seed, another KB one which I really like, is the band Train. You think the band Train is worth more?
Less.
Less? Okay, so
They might
I
be
do not
less.
care for the band Train.
okay, what are the Train songs?
But I do like I like their hits
Drops
a
of
lot.
Jupiter.
Drops of
right?
Jupiter,
Me, Virginia.
Yep.
Hey Soul Sister,
Yeah.
Soul Sister.
Drive By, 50 Ways to Say Goodbye, Vacation. I mean, they have. I would agree with you though, KB, in that they are 7 out of 10 because like you would never hear them come on and be like, oh, I fucking hate Train. You would feel at worst like
you can.
I think I think generally people are somewhere between like apathy and like oh nice, I like this song.
There are 4, not a 7. There are 3, not a 7.
Oh, I don't know about that. Are you like pissed when? If
Yeah,
Train
I
comes
change the station. If I go like,
Ooh.
I do not care for Train.
I'm not anti-train, but in the realm of 1 to 10, I mean, what do you got? 10, like Led Zeppelin,
Beastie Boys, Beatles.
Yep.
Beastie Boys are my favorite band. My
Beastie
favorite band.
Boys and Beatles. I think that's the thing with Train is like they'll never be in the 8,
Yeah.
9, or 10 discussion, even if like you do like them. But I think if you like their music, like in that style, that's a solid 7.
Like if you would found like a bargain deal on like Train tickets, you'd be kind of excited about that.
like a decent band who has really, really enjoyable hits.
Yeah, it's a. Oh, by the way, something I looked up in between of that. How much older or younger do you think Jennifer Gardner is than Klemmer?
Oh, she's
She's got to be in her
No,
40s.
I bet she's
I would say
6 years, 7 years older than me.
She's
I would think
52.
Yeah,
Yeah, 7 years, right on the dot. How about that?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
She's older than Klemmer by a decent chunk.
Yeah, same, not that old, motherfuckers.
Yeah. That your first crusher, does that hurt?
We've never once mentioned that. We've never once
Yeah.
That's
mentioned
never
her age.
happened.
It's always
So Train is going up against number 13 seed, which is the city of Phoenix, Arizona, submitted by Klemmer, which I agree with. I think that is a fantastic 7 out of 10 city. I've been there, I think, twice. Yeah, twice. Both times, I think it was a 7 out of 10 experience. There's some inconveniences, and there's some things about it where I was like, wow, I didn't know Phoenix had some cool stuff like this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to...
This may be a dumb question, but does that include is Scottsdale
Yes,
considered
I
part
believe
of
my
it?
exact thing was the Phoenix metro
Alright.
area. So
Yeah.
that would basically the valley.
Yeah. So the Phoenix metro area
Okay.
versus the band Train. Which one of these things is more of a 7 out of 10, KB?
Phoenix Metro is good. Phoenix proper would not be a 7,
Mm-hmm.
be lower. What's good about it? I guess Scottsdale is fun. It's nice in cold weather
It's
months.
sunny almost every day.
Good food. Good, what do you call it? What's that fucking thing?
Food's always.
Food's every chain restaurant known to man.
Yeah.
That's what I think of when I think of Phoenix.
They have all 4 major
Golf?
sports. Oh no, they only have 3 major sports now. The hockey's gone.
Yeah.
They have like an amazing golf
They have a
course.
lot. Yeah,
It's also at least it's dry heat.
Yeah,
it's dry heat.
Good outdoor bars.
But in the like 120 degrees is
It's,
unlivable.
I prefer that than like 90 in Florida. And then the nights are cool. Like it gets cool at night.
All right. If you, I
No
guess it
ocean,
compared
though.
to other
There's a
US
Barstool
cities,
bar.
it is a.
That's right.
There's a Barstool bar.
There's no ocean drops it like a tier for me.
So-
That's why I said a 7.
I'll give you guys the option
Yeah.
actually, because one that I didn't include, which is the only other city submitted by was by KV, Tampa Bay, or just Tampa. Sorry, Tampa, Florida.
Ooh.
I've said Tampa's a good 7. I think it's a
Yeah.
solid 7.
I think
It's
Tampa's
really
a 10.
solid
It's-
7.
You're a big Tampa guy.
Kinda
Glenny is a
huge
huge
Tampa
Tampa guy. Yeah,
But I'm also a big
Phoenix is
Scottsdale
interesting.
guy, so I like both of them.
So if you guys want, we could switch to Tampa. I think Phoenix is good.
No, let's stick with Phoenix. I think both of these could go a little bit less than 7. Phoenix compared to other U.S. cities and Train compared to other bands, I would say Phoenix is more
Phoenix is
of a
more-
7.
what's like a 10 out of 10 city?
San Diego.
San Diego, I think
like
is
you
good,
can put
yeah.
like New York,
Yep.
San Diego. If you like Miami, like that would be higher than those would all be higher than.
I think
Phoenix.
you
I'm
need an
gonna
ocean
sound
to
like
have
a-
be a 10 out of 10.
Yes, absolutely.
Pompous asshole, Oslo.
Oz.
Well, if you do international, there's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
gang.
there's a
I would
whole
say
bunch.
Charleston, South Carolina is pretty close to a 10 city.
You think so? Charleston is really good.
Moderate climate, great food.
Yeah.
Great food, right by the water.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
So right now we're gonna go 1 for Phoenix, Rudy.
Who's it going against,
Train,
sorry?
the band, drops to Jupiter.
Okay. Yeah, I have a bad opinion about these type of bands. I understand that a lot of people love them. I'm willing to die on that hill. I get it that I'm in the minority. I think it's target music.
absolutely
at
is.
best.
Without
I-
question.
I think a lot of people do agree with that.
Okay, and I say this about the Frame, you in particular, and a
I
lot of
love
other
The
people
Frame.
really dislike that. I get it. It's fine. It's my opinion. I just hate that whiny corduroy white guy music where it's just like,
Right.
I just don't like it. It doesn't do anything for me. And in the range of music, 7 out of 10 is pretty fucking high.
Okay.
So I would rate that very low. Now Phoenix, I think is very much a 7 out of 10 city if you're only doing the U.S. and that's good. Like in terms of like if you're great, like it's different like on a different scale. Like 7 out of 10 for a city is very good in my opinion because there's so many bad ones. So am I picking the more accurate
Which one's more
one? I
accurate
always
for
fuck
this?
this
More-
Yeah,
up.
which
more
one's
of a
more of a
7.
7 out of 10?
Okay, then it's definitely
It's
Phoenix. in my
definitely,
opinion.
definitely Phoenix. How do you feel about Daughtry?
Chris Daughtry?
Chris Daughtry is
Yeah.
lower.
Yeah,
than
I would
Train.
agree with that.
I would agree, but I feel
Not
like
by much.
In my brain, that's also kind of target music.
Yeah.
I can't think of any Chris Daughtry music.
Just imagine Train, but slightly worse, like 20% worse.
That's awful.
It's not good. So right now we are 2 for Phoenix. Eddie.
Feels like Train could have missed a boat. Could they have been in another Bizarro universe like a Maroon 5?
I don't think they have they need
Yeah.
the lead sing the Maroon 5's lead singer. is so
Adam,
charismatic,
Levine is
right?
very
Yeah.
good.
They don't have that.
But their music is in that same sort of lane.
It's also not as fun. Maroon 5 is more fun.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like
you're
in a
right.
different world where they didn't do the targeting, they went with a little more upbeat. They didn't want to meet Virginia. They wanted to be an animal. I was gonna say them, but I think you're right. Scottsdale, and I'll be the horny guy. Like the girls are very good at it.
Relax, Ed.
I'm being honest.
You sick
Yeah.
pervert.
No, like it was like jarring.
No, it's
like,
it's a top 5 female
city
in the
for
country.
sure. We were walking around their Super Bowl KB, and like the girls, like they don't like wear anything. It's crazy. I mean,
Oh yeah, then you can include Tempe and
Yeah, that's
Arizona
all
State.
Phoenix
yeah,
Metro.
yeah. So, I guess I'm gonna go Phoenix.
What are the top 5 female cities? Is it like that, Miami, and what else?
San Diego,
Yeah.
Miami,
I'll
Scottsdale,
throw New York in the
think
mix.
New York.
Like,
New
Yeah,
York.
New York's gotta
Yeah,
be.
New York.
oh, everyone says LA. I've never been to LA. Everyone
There's a
says
lot of
LA,
hot
but
girls.
I've never.
I trust Glenny on this because he's been the most well-traveled, I think, in this regard.
Yeah,
I mean,
agree.
I love Nashville. I personally like blondes, so Nashville will be up there for me. I think the most underrated city in the country for women would be Tampa.
Tampa.
I'm not a Miami person. I'm not going to put that there. Very underrated one, Austin, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Extremely underrated. And then
Yeah,
I would
true.
say Scottsdale, and then one of San Diego or LA.
Or San Diego
Wow.
or LA. Okay. So right now we are 3 for Phoenix. So 3 for Phoenix, Glenny.
Yeah. I mean, once again, we were just saying I've done my fair share of travels, and I wouldn't put Phoenix as like a top tier 9 city for me. Like when I'm going, I'm super excited. But it's 7-8 for me. I get excited to go. I'm not super excited, but I'm going in a few months actually, and I'm like,
it'll be fun,
That'll be
yeah.
a fun trip. And I'm like, holy shit, this is gonna be awesome. And I think Train is just like, once again, like Rudy said, in the realm of music. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking like just in history, not even my personal favorites. Like I think 9-10 bands: it's Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones. Then that would basically say 7-8. Train is in the tier below it, which is I would like even like me. I would say like I love Hootie and the Blowfish. Like I think they're more of a 7 than Train is.
I would agree with that.
So I'm gonna stick with Phoenix.
Phoenix,
Yeah.
Klemmer.
Yeah, Phoenix.
Phoenix is going to move on. Next matchup is, this one just kind of made me laugh. I think it's true. Number 9 seed is an empty public bathroom. So you need to go to a public bathroom really bad.
That's a 20.
That's
and it's
yeah.
empty.
Yeah,
is
that's
it too
a
high?
billion.
Yeah.
But you're still in a public
that's
bathroom.
a million.
Oh no, that relief when you
I
know
get
there's
it.
only one in there. Oh,
Dude.
You're still in a
Yeah, but,
public
like, you're
bathroom.
No, but when you got a clear LZ,
Oh.
like
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's still a
dude,
public
but I'm in the
bathroom.
public bathroom because they have to go. So now it's like, you know what I mean? You got to factor that in.
Yeah, but like the 10 out of 10 is your own bathroom. In the bathroom experience.
I understand.
I don't know. I get more happy when I walk into that bathroom
Me
and there's
too.
nobody in there. That's the lottery.
But that's relief.
Let's talk it out.
I think that's the relief, though. That's not the experience.
Oh,
but you're saying
experience.
but the experience. Oh,
The experience is dirtier in the public bathroom.
Yeah, obviously. But that takes away points from it.
It does.
yeah, but I get to enjoy that sense of relief, which makes the experience better.
I also have the fear of dread in the public bathroom that someone else is going to come in though. Like my
Yeah.
true.
Will my
Yeah.
I guess maybe a 7 out of 10 the more I think about it isn't the worst.
Yeah, if someone comes in and takes the stall next to you, I just hate
Oh
it.
fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I've been seeing a lot of restaurants do recently? Having really nice singular bathrooms, but it'll be in like a hallway of 4, and it's just them, but they're unisex.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you have the feet. You
Yeah, I
have
like
the
that.
plus of getting the solo bathroom experience. That's usually nice and clean. But when you walk out of the door,
Oh, the
Lady,
lady's
can you wait?
Ready to
Lady
walk
be
in
waiting
here.
right there. Yeah, that's the downside.
It's a real. Oh yeah, there it is.
I always think it's real for a split
Catch
second. It's
22.
every single time, dude. But yeah, I
got
think
me.
are we in agreement? 7 out of 10 on this? I think the relief is
I'm
great.
with you. I'm with because even the bathroom upstairs of the Chicago office, which I guess isn't public, but it's public enough because
Yeah.
it's shared with coworkers. It's fine, but it's not like if you got to go to the handicap stall, it's not great, right?
No.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
It's like okay. I think the 10 out of 10 is your own bathroom. Anything else has to be lower, no matter what, regardless of relief level. So empty public bathroom versus number 8 seed, another KB one. The best possible hike. I like this one a lot. I do think that there is no such thing as a 10 out of 10 hike.
I think that's the peak for
There's
a
no
hike.
such thing as a 10 out of 10.
People are gonna hate this. Rudy's gonna hate it.
No, I'm not.
Oh, really?
I'm really not. I'm kind of with you on, unfortunately.
The best possible hike versus an empty public bathroom. Which one of these is more of a 7 out of 10? Klemmer.
I think the empty bathroom might be closer to an 8 than a 7. You know what I mean? Because that feeling of relief is almost unmatched. It like in just everyday life, you know, like because like usually if I got to shit really bad, I got that stress, and I walk in, it's empty. It's like, that is part of the experience, that relief. The best hike I ever gone on, yeah, probably a 7 out of 10. I had my dog Wakefield with me. It was good, but like at the end of the day, I was like, all right, I'm glad that was done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 7 out of, yeah, a hike.
Did you ever hear about that? I feel like I brought this up kind of recently. That hike that one of the KFC radio listeners told them about, where like they went on a hike for a first date with the couple's dog. And,
You did tell me that, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
and the dog like fell off a cliff and died
This
while
is
they were on the
awful.
middle of this date,
Yeah.
and they had to like carry it back. Like that's a probably a 1 out of 10. I would imagine.
That's a 1 out of 10.
Yeah. So 1 for the best hike, Glenny.
I don't really hike, so I guess by default I got to go with
The public
to
restroom.
no one's shock. I got to go to the public restroom, but I personally think that is a 10. I love that. That's a great feeling when you walk
Yeah.
to a public
But
bathroom.
but the actual experience in the bathroom isn't the 10 though. That
You're
has
right.
to take points
The-
off.
The possibility
It
of
does.
the knock from somebody else or someone else
Yeah.
walking in, that's fair.
And the cleanliness.
yeah.
And yeah.
Listen, I'm going with bathroom because I don't fucking hike, obviously. But I think we're missing one big thing about a public bathroom. Hand dryers are fucking horrible.
I agree. They do stink.
Yeah, so you could talk about relief, that's great. But having to go through the hand dryer process at the end sucks.
Do you
Yeah,
ever
but once your wipe is done, you're out of the woods. I don't give a fuck how my hands get dry.
Do you ever see they send me like a diagram of like what the bacteria on your hands does when you run over a hand dryer?
Yeah.
And it just is like goes all over you. Like the second you turn a hand dryer on, it just explodes bacteria everywhere.
It shoots directly
Yeah, like
up
it
your
goes
nostrils.
everywhere over your body, all over your hands, all over like it just sprays it all straight off. It's crazy. So right now we are 2 for empty public bathroom, 1 for best hike. Rudy.
This is tricky because hiking in general, every hike is correct. It's a 7 out of 10. But the best part about a hike is the feeling afterwards. You feel like you've accomplished something. You got a workout in. You got some fresh air. The act itself is so remarkably 7. It is the most 7 that anything has ever been. And so, conversely, the bathroom, the relief. It's not really about the experience. It's just so much the relief of that there's no one else in there and that you're safe. So both the experiences are not ideal. It's more so the circumstances surrounding them or the aftermath. So it's tricky. I would say that in terms of the 7 out of 10 criteria, hike is so solid, 7 out of 10. So I got to go
So
with
right
that
now
one.
we are 2-2, KB.
Public restrooms in America, that is the most third world thing about our country. That some of the most disgusting experiences, they haven't evolved in decades. Like truly, think about some of the public restrooms you've been to this year. Just so bad and gross.
There's so much worse in cities.
So many faults.
And cities are so much
The
worse
stalled-
for obvious
Yeah.
reasons than like when I'm back home in New Hampshire, they're spotless. In New York City especially, it is like you said, third world country. It is just disturbing.
You think
I don't know if I've ever taken a shit in a public restroom on the island of Manhattan.
it's not great.
Oh,
It's so
yeah.
bad.
I
I've
envy your
done it.
bowels.
And then the
I don't know if I've
stall
done it.
doors.
The gap
like,
between the door and the thing.
the gap, you can see
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
them. They close about 30%
You're
of the
happy
time.
to get a seat. Like if
Yes.
there's an actual like plastic seat there, it's like, oh my god,
Yeah, I know it's a relief.
I've made it.
I used to just never do public restroom poops ever back in my day, and then I did Barstool vs. America season 1. We had to shit in backwoods gas stations in Alabama, so that kind of changed my outlook on it.
Broke the seal.
Yeah, if I got to poop, I go. I just brave it.
too.
Yeah, I just gotta go.
We're not evolving in that
Yeah.
sense.
Dude, I had such a bad one at the airport. For whatever reason, when I get to an airport, I have to poop. In general, I had this weird thing where
Airports are
Yes.
inconsistent.
if I'm in public, I just somehow have to poop. It's like this weird anxiety.
No, that's
thing, I
not weird,
think.
Rudy. There's a
And-
reason for that. Because your body
What
knows
is
you're gonna
it?
go on a plane. It happens to me too. Your body knows you're gonna go. So you know,
Okay.
like for
It's
basically 3
biological.
hours, you're like fuck, and your body's telling your mind's
Yeah.
telling your body to shit.
Interesting.
Yeah. We got to clear some
Sorry.
real estate.
Yeah.
Get it. But I was in the bathroom, and for whatever reason, the doors opened outward. Usually they open inward. And I had my suitcase. I usually like to build a barricade.
Of course.
And like a visual one as well, so people know they can see the
see it, yeah,
suitcase,
smart.
and everything. And also, there's a barrier between if anyone tries to breach. Anyways, the latch wasn't really working, so I leaned my
Oh,
suitcase and my
no.
backpack against the door
And it-
mid poop, and just swung right open. And then I was pinned by my own barricade with my pants down. So then I had to like
Scooch out.
it was so fucking bad. And there's just some like business guy out there just like scrolling Twitter and just looks up, and we kind of give that like deer in the headlights look. Like he's like, hey, I didn't want to see that, and I'm like, I didn't want to see you. It's like everyone, and it was just mute, which I kind of respected out of it.
Can I ask you guys a public bathroom question? Do you think that it is kosher to fart in a public bathroom when other people are in there?
No.
Yes.
Fart when I'm peeing or fart in the stall?
I'd say peeing.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
No.
I kind of
I
say
think
no.
that's
People
kind
do.
of-
People
do it here
That's
all the
sad.
time.
People did it to me today.
Yeah.
Wait, people just fart while they're peeing at the
Yeah.
urinal? That's kind of sad. I
That's
guess.
crazy.
Yeah, it is. I've never done that. I've always been kind of
Me too. I can't. I could never
I
do
have
that.
poop anxiety. If I'm pooping in the stall and someone walks in, I have to wait till they leave the entire room before I can poop
Oh
again.
yeah. Oh yeah. Or I do the flush mask.
I try that. If
Yeah.
I'm in a really bad spot and
Yeah.
it's just coming out, I do that.
Yeah.
But oh man, I just waiting for them to leave so I can just.
But every now and then in a public bathroom, I'll be like, you'll be in the urinal, some dude's like 2 stalls over for you, and I'll just fucking
going to
fart.
town. Yeah.
Just rip a fart, and like I'm 2 feet away from you. And like the weird thing is, there's no better place to fart. Like that is the place. If you're gonna fart anywhere, it would be in the bathroom. But at the same time, it's just
Right.
something wrong about it. I don't know. So you're gonna go with the best hike, KB?
Yeah, so like the using a public bathroom is a 1 or a 2 out of 10 experience. The relief of a empty, clean one is a 10 out of 10, which averages it out to a 5 out of 10 experience. So I'll go with the best possible hike.
You used to rate bathrooms.
Yeah, for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I just remembered that.
I'm glad you remember.
Yeah, you used to run that beat.
That corner. So the best hike is going to move on. Now we have the 1 versus the 16 seed. The 16 seed chain game. First option, any non-swish shot in basketball. So you shoot a basketball and it goes in, but it's not a swish. It's off the glass, big bouncer, whatever. Any shot that doesn't automatically just swish in. Because obviously, if nothing but net, that's a 10 out of 10. No question. And next is classic rock from Klemmer. You think all classic rock is a 10? Is
The
a 7 out of 10?
general genre, yes. If I put on a classic rock station, I'm usually never disappointed, but I'm never like, because I've heard the songs 10 million times.
It's fair.
So I'm never like blown away by something, but it's
Yeah.
like, all right.
I like that reasoning. I
Right.
like that reasoning. Cold pizza, which I think it depends, but I would generally agree.
I
think
think that's
so, too.
solid. That's a good seven.
Any movie that came on FX in the 2000s, that's dead on. I think that's pretty much dead on. It'd be like Van Helsing and shit like that. That's a
Bro, fucking that movie rules.
no, but
What?
that's a 7 out. That's a
National
7.
Treasure?
That's a 7 out of 10.
It kind of.
Every series that's on Showtime, which also is pretty true. Like they're mostly like solid shows, never anything like really gonna blow your shit off or anything, but it's pretty good. And then another show from Glenny, Entourage.
Oh, I was kidding when I said that, but yeah.
You were kidding?
Well, it's a 10 for me, but I guess in the realm of the world, I would say it's a 7.
I think in the regular world, most people
Yeah,
consider
it's
Entourage
fair.
a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's
yeah.
fair. I consider it maybe a little higher. People always like, it's so bad, but it's so enjoyable to watch. Well, that's
Yeah.
a good thing. That's what you should judge a show on.
So any non-swish shot in basketball, classic rock, cold pizza, movies on FX in the 2000s, every Showtime series, or Entourage. Start with you, KB.
It's not the basketball. If I'm making it, that's a
I feel
higher
the same
than a
way.
seven.
It's like, oh, went in? That's
I'm
a
not
fucking,
Steph
that's at least a
Curry.
9.
If it went in, that's like a 9 out of 10. It's boring, but I think a cold pizza is a perfect 7 out of 10. So I'll go
1
with
for
that.
cold pizza, Rudy.
So I'm kind of musically like genre literate. Like what is like Led Zeppelin like
Yes,
that
yeah.
classic
But
rock?
like the Led Zeppelin you hear on the classic rock stations, not like a deep cut. It's like the basics. You know what I mean?
Okay, give me another classic rock. Stones, obviously.
yeah, but it's satisfaction. It's not like a deep cut. You know what I mean? It's like
it's not Beast of Burden.
It probably would be Beast of
It's
Burden.
probably would be.
Thunderstruck. You're Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck. Yeah, ACDC. Yeah, that's a
Motley
good one.
Crue,
Yeah.
you might-
Hotel
you probably
California.
get.
Eagles is a big one.
Oh, Eagles. Are
But the
huge,
Eagles
yeah.
hits,
The
not
Who.
the Who is a lot of classic rock.
There's so many of those like classic rock songs I hate, but they're like all those ones.
Yeah, I was about to say,
really
these are all just great songs.
But you just heard them so many. So you're never like, I'm never like, yes, it's this song. Because I've heard it 7
Yeah.
zillion times. But I'm never like, this song's bad. It's an awesome song.
I get what you're saying, Klemmer.
Yeah, Leonard Skinner would probably
Yeah.
Yes.
my favorite bands. But yeah, that's the general idea with classic rock.
I'm gonna go with Showtime shows.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is a really solid 7 out of 10. Like, what was the show with
Ray Donovan?
Ray Donovan,
Romano?
yeah.
Ray Donovan, not
So like
Ray Romano.
Californication,
Dexter,
Billions,
Californication, yeah.
Dexter,
Shameless.
yeah,
Yeah.
Shameless,
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, it's like, oh, I bet people who watch that like it. Not
Weeds,
gonna be me.
Yellow Jackets.
Okay, those are really good. But 7,
Yeah.
hey, 7 isn't bad. But I think we're
No.
confusing 7 with 6.
No,
a lot of
7
the
is good.
times.
We are, and it's also like there's certain like there can be a really like pleasurable 7 versus like a dish 7. Whereas
Yeah.
like if you put Entourage in the 7 category,
That's
it's
a
like okay that and like cold
compliment.
pizza, it's like that is like a very consistent nice thing.
Yeah.
So it's tricky. Damn, I don't want to dunk on Weeds and Dexter.
They're good. They're
those
good
kinda go
shows. They also
crazy.
have bad seasons.
They're great
You know what I mean?
shows.
Like Dexter tails
Yellow
off.
Jacket season 1 is very good. Yellow Jacket season 2 suck.
Yeah,
So.
Dexter's last like
Fuck.
3 seasons
Okay.
were awful.
What were the other ones?
The Showtime series or the other options?
other
The
options.
non-Swiss shot, classic rock, cold pizza, FX movies, and Entourage.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with KB on this one. I like it's a very honorable. It's a respect 7 out of 10. Like I'm not like ugh. It's like that's just a good 7 out of 10.
By the way,
Pizza.
All right. I got to dip out for 5 minutes to film a real
yeah,
quick
gotcha.
video.
KB actually he told us a couple days ago how he basically cools off all of his food before he eats it. He puts all of his hot meals into the fridge for at least 15 minutes before eating it. And I posted that clip, and a food scientist replied to us on TikTok and said that's actually extremely dangerous. Like something about like the bacteria or something like that. Like it's apparently very dangerous as far as like
Really?
for food safety reasons or something like that. I don't know how, but that's what they said. Eddie.
Yeah, honestly, I was on the Showtime train there for a second, but I think Dexter kind of won me over. I've never even seen Dexter,
Yeah.
but I know the way it's heralded, I think it's a little higher than a 7. With that said, if you're eating cold pizza, you're just happy it's there. You're not necessarily happy about the product.
Yes.
So it's a perfect 7, so I think cold pizza actually wins.
Perfectly said. Cold Pizza's probably gonna win this, but Glenny.
Dude, I was just thinking the same thing as Eddie. I was sitting here thinking the Showtime thing might be the most 7 thing possible. Because almost to equate it to pizza, hot pizza's a 9. We love hot pizza. Yeah, but I love cold pizza too. Like I love Californication. It's a fantastic show, but it's a 7. If we're saying Entourage is a 9, if I'm saying Entourage is a 10, Californication's my 7.
Yep.
So I'm actually gonna enjoy cold pizza. I love cold pizza. I'll take it as a happy 7.
Another for Cold Pizza.
I'd pick classic rock here, but the cold pizza is right there with it. I have no problem. Cold pizza is a perfect 7. It's a great suggestion.
So Cold Pizza is going to go up against our 1 seed. This is actually one of Klemmer's, which I love. I love this one. Winning $35 on a scratch ticket. I think that is such a perfect 7 out of 10. You probably spent $35 on at least an aggregate on the lotto tickets.
I always think the ones I get at Christmas, like Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think this is such a perfect one. Like it's the perfect amount.
Yeah.
Like $20 are like $35 are like ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. So winning $35 on a lotto ticket versus Cold Pizza. Clemmer, you go first.
I'll start the argument. I'll say $35 on a scratch ticket because it is a fun feeling. I feel good, but it's like not, it's not going to change my life.
Yeah. Nothing crazy. Glenny.
I'm gonna stick with cold pizza. I think cold pizza is a great suggestion. I think cold pizza is an awesome 7.
Yeah.
2-1 to 1 right now.
Yeah, I'm sticking with cold pizza too. I think I'm a little disappointed with 35.
With 35.
What?
Yeah,
You
I
win
think it should be higher?
$35?
Listen.
I think 50 could have been it.
Yeah, I think 50.
50, I feel good. That's an 8 to me.
That's too.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little bit too high.
yeah.
It's a me problem.
Yeah.
It's
Look at
probably
you,
a me
huh?
problem.
Well,
I'm not saying I'm balling, but I used to go with my friend and we would buy a whole pack of scratchers. Like you'd buy the 30 pack.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Just scan them, and 35 was not like a joyous thing.
Well, you would probably spent like $100 on that stack.
The stack was like 500.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus. I'm thinking like you get like 5 scratch tickets from your grandma on a card. And you're like, oh, fuck,
yeah,
35
yeah,
bucks.
yeah.
Hey, that's
And they're
bad.
not even like the high, like,
Yeah,
it's
the
like
dollar
$25
ones.
cards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like the $1 cards. Yeah.
Gotcha. I think
That was
about
my-
me splitting 250 with my friend and just scan.
That doesn't seem like
in a
normal
row.
behavior.
Yeah, that's
I'm not saying it is, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Your
my
experience.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
experience. So I'm gonna go cold pizza.
so 2 for Cold Pizza, 1 for Lotto ticket. Rudy.
So I'm not really a scratch off guy. I've done it with my friends before, obviously, but like how rare is a $35
I feel like 1 in.
There's an actual number for
It
it.
depends on I think it depends on how much you spent on the ticket.
Yeah,
So
like a $20 ticket, you're going to see, then 35. I'm assuming based on the variance of $1.
Yeah.
You spend $1 on the ticket, you win 35. If
feel
you
like-
spend 20 on the ticket, then you get, I guess, whatever.
I feel like it's probably like 1 in 30
Yeah.
that you're going to get
I
at
think so.
35. Yeah,
Something
something
like
like that, roughly.
It's 1 in 4, you have a winning ticket, right? Or something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay. I mean, I haven't done it much, but I don't think I've ever won money on a scratch off. So if I got 35, I'd be like, fuck yeah. Also, how does that equate? Where do you get the 35? Do you bring it back to the gas station?
Yeah, and they scan it and they give you the
and they
money.
give you cash.
Nice. Okay. Fuck, that
What do you
seems
do
dope.
if you win a
I'd be
lot? What do you do
stoked.
if you win like
You have to claim it.
Is-
Like if you win like a lot,
not like millions, but like what happens if you win like,
like 10
fucking
grand.
10 grand? Like,
10 grand. It has to be. You have to go to the store to fill out a form, and then it goes to process the lottery. I
Gotcha.
think it's like something like I could be wrong, but it's like 2,000 or 1,000 is the ceiling, where then the gas station can just give you $1,000.
Gotcha.
It's something like that. There's a like a $2,000 ceiling that once you clear that, then the state gets involved.
Are they almost
Something like that. And it probably varies from state to state.
Are these like gas stations like they have to be almost like an FDIC thing where like they have to carry a certain amount of money in case someone comes in with $1,000 winning ticket?
That sounds accurate.
And I know they get a percentage if it reaches a certain threshold too, where they get a percentage of the winnings.
Yeah.
Like, let's say
Gotcha.
not out of your cut, but then the lottery commission gives them.
Some money for
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the,
like-
the million winners, like that's big for the store.
Yeah, the store gets like tens and tens of thousands of dollars, which is like
Jesus Christ. So they're very they want people to okay, that makes sense. So you're gonna go with which one, lotto ticket or cold pizza, Rudy?
I mean, I'd be stoked to win at $35. Like just the feeling of money that you didn't earn. You know what I mean? Like that's the best feeling, even if it's $35. Like that's sick. So I'm gonna go with.
Oh, you're gonna go with
pizza.
cold pizza. Okay, sorry.
I think it's more of a 7 out of 10. I think a $35 lotto ticket is like, dude, I'm on the up.
So that means cold pizza is gonna move on. Our 16 seed always managed to find a way to beat a 1 seed. That's how it
cold
works.
pizza is a great suggestion.
It is a great one. Before we get to the second half, let's talk about Roan apparel. Fall needs its own wardrobe full of comfortable and coordinating pieces for a layered look with perspective. You need warmth, and that's extra breathable. It's always important this time of year. You don't want like the big water retardant things that like hold in all of your fucking moisture. It sucks. Starchy, stiff workwear is not optimal when you need to endure the busiest, most important days. With our commuter collection, your clothing is like professional, performs like activewear, and feels like total comfort. Seasons change, we change. Time for men's closets to get changed too. The collection offers the most comfortable, breathable, and truly versatile products known to man. They have premium pieces to elevate every occasion. We're talking about the world's most comfortable pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, polos, blazers, all boosted with functional performance properties. We love Roan here. If you watch the Barstool stuff, you see people wearing Roan all the time. And the community collection will help you get through any workday and straight to whatever comes next. Head to roan.com/bracket and use promo code bracket to save $20 off your entire order. That's 20% off your entire order when you head to rhone.com/bracket and use code bracket. It's time to embody your most confident self. Shout out to our buddy Roan. Now we have the number 11 seed versus the number 6 seed. I love the 6 seed, but the 11 seed, I believe, is a KB1 pudding. Pudding, I think, is generally speaking, it is a 7 out of 10 experience. I don't think I've ever had pudding that blew my socks off. Like my entire life, I've never had a pudding where I was like, "Holy shit, that was a 9 out of 10 experience." This cup of pudding just never happened. Maybe like a swap in elementary school, and like you get like the snack pack. Like that was exciting because it was better than the other available treats. But the actual pudding experience, I think is a 7 out of 10. I don't know if you guys disagree.
Well, Jack, let me tell you about a flavor that is slept on tremendous.
In pudding? Okay.
Yes. I don't think it's slept on in the South. Actually, I know it's not slept on in the South, and I know Glenny will agree with me here. A good banana pudding is higher than a 7 out of 10.
Oh my god! I mean, see, here's the
agree,
thing. When I'm thinking of
agree.
what Kenjac's saying, I'm thinking of like
Snack pack, right?
the Jello
exactly.
snack
I
pack.
get it.
Yeah.
That's
Like
a seven.
a good southern banana pudding at a southern restaurant it's a 15.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think that's a different. I'm thinking, and I'm assuming KB was thinking like
This is
the-
like snack version.
Snack
Because
pack.
that's fair.
Yes.
That's a 7, 1,000%. But if we're talking like homemade or restaurant quality banana pudding,
Oh, you get the Nilla wafer, you get the whole banana
Jesus,
slice.
good.
there,
That's one of my
I hate
one of my
pudding.
number one
I
pervert
think pudding's
pleasures.
disgusting.
But what about-
I don't
this-
like the way it looks. I don't like the way it smells. I don't like the texture, how it moves.
even the pudding they're talking about. That pudding's
Yes,
good.
I hate all pudding.
fuck
I am
you.
out on pudding.
Pudding is awesome.
Pudding is bad. Pudding is a 1 for me.
It is such a weird.
I don't
name.
even have to look at it.
It is a weird name for food. Why is it called pudding?
I don't know. I don't like it.
It's a bad name.
Pudding I'm out on.
But pudding is going up against number 6 seed. I love this one. A 15-minute drive. Just a 15-minute drive everywhere.
yeah.
I love this one. Just you don't have to. You're not stuck in the car forever. You're still got to get somewhere a little bit out of your way, but like it's only 15 minutes. I love a good 15-minute drive. I really like this one. So 15-minute drive versus pudding. Rudy.
Pudding, I do agree with Eddie. The banana with the wafers is fucking insane. But the pudding we're talking about, it's weird. Like I always like when you look back on when we were kids, I feel like there was just like there's the pudding kids and there isn't.
Yeah.
There's the
like
R's
the
and
raisin
the R-nots.
kids.
Like I was never a pudding kid, and then there was like the pudding
puddings.
stands. And they just fucking love pudding. I never like pudding because it's like it falls in the category of food to me that like it just tastes like the container. Like it's almost like one thing.
I get you.
You know what I mean? It's like almost I'm eating like a liquefied version of this plastic container. It's like different versions of the same thing. So 15-minute drive. I think you nailed it, Kenjac. Like that is just a straight up 7 out of 10.
Nothing excellent because it could be
I
nothing.
think pudding is like a 4.
Too low.
Chocolate cafeteria pudding.
I think specifically chocolate pudding is way worse than vanilla pudding at least in my mind. In this sphere of pudding. And they also made. I remember.
Oh, I think vanilla is even worse. I think it's like vanilla, chocolate, and then banana is just like in the stratosphere.
There was they also made I think like snack pack swirls where it was like half chocolate, half vanilla, and that also I think was bad. Did not like that one bit.
Yeah.
So 1 for the 15-minute drive over pudding, Eddie.
The drive's tough for me because I don't think all 15-minute drives or all drives in general are created equal. Like, there's a difference between, this is going to take me 15 minutes, even though you know it's not very far. Mm-hmm. I prefer those drives versus an actual 15-minute highway door-to-door drive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the other way.
There's something mentally with me where it's like, it's only a couple miles. I know when I hit a couple red lights, that's an easier drive to me rather than I'm not going to have any time to... check my phone or do something like that, which I know is out of bounds.
I say that all the time. Like, just in general, if I'm I would rather drive an hour no traffic than 45 minutes in traffic.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense.
I like just going.
Yeah.
The second I stop,
I'm gonna go.
Wait, what point does that ratio? What is the exact ratio? Is it like that, like 3 to 4? Like, would you rather?
No, I might even say 3 to 5.
I would consider going up to 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Like 30 minutes
Compared to 50.
30 minutes in traffic is worse than 50 minutes
Correct.
No traffic. I think I would agree with that. Honestly, I might even go 1 to 2.
Depends if I'm drinking.
Hours.
Though, in the car.
Once you hit the hour,
It is tough.
Fuck.
Yeah.
If I'm drinking,
that's a drama.
I like
it's not a
the red
sitcom
lights.
anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's also the difference between being someone who, like, hey, let's take the streets or let's take the highway.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine taking the streets.
I don't like stopping.
I get it.
So which one are you going with?
And then when it comes to pudding, which is why I'm taking it, if I open up a brown bag of lunch and there was pudding, and I'd be like, man, it's not Gushers, it's not Cool Ranch, that'd be a disappointment. But then I'd eat it and be like, you know what? It was pretty solid. So I'm going to go pudding, actually.
1 to 1 right now. Glenny.
I'm very pro pudding. I still eat pudding to this day. I've been, as I've been trying to maybe shed a few pounds, like, I've been doing, like, low-fat pudding or, like, even, like, sugar-free pudding. Sugar-free vanilla pudding, I still enjoy. I like the texture. I like it cold. I'm a pudding stan. Absolutely. I think I'm going to go with... and I agree with Eddie. Like he said, all drives are not created equal. If it's if I'm going 10 city blocks and it takes 15 minutes, that annoys the fuck out of me. And I'm happy with the long drive, short drive. I like being in the car. So I'm going to go with pudding.
2 for pudding, 1 for the drive. Klemmer.
Yeah, I had an ex who used to measure time by like music. So she'd be like, that drive is 3 songs. That drive is 4 songs. I was kind of like that. And like we both kind of agreed like the 3 to 4 song drive was like a good drive. But the best drive is kind of like the best hike. Like you're still driving. Like, it's only so good it can be. So I'm going to go with the drive because I think like a 15-minute drive, when for me, like for Glenny, it sounds like if I know it's 15 minutes when I get in my car and I know that's like I'm driving on New Hampshire Road, let's go with that. That's a win for me.
So we're 2 to 2. Pudding is tough for me because I don't love pudding. And I think out of all the desserts you could get in the snack world, especially from like those like chocolate and vanilla types of desserts, like not like the Gushers and like fruit desserts, among those like chocolate-y desserts, it's the worst one. You would rather a cookie, you would rather a brownie, you would rather like fucking like ice cream from the place. You'd rather like any other dessert over that, which is why I think it goes below that, below the 7 threshold. But that 15-minute drive, if you know you're getting there door to door in 15 minutes, it's nice. You still get the drive in, and like I don't know something about it, but I also agree with the not all drives are created equal because that drive could still suck.
Yeah,
you could get cut off in traffic. Like something bad could happen during that 15-minute drive.
The floor for a drive is pretty low.
That's true.
It is really. I'm kind of agonizing over this. I think I would.
If you change it to a good 15-minute drive, then that's a 7.
But then you could say a good pudding. You know what I mean?
But sometimes you have to have like hike. We added a hike was like the best possible hike.
Yeah. I think I'd go with the drive. I think the drive is, it's significantly better than like a really short drive. You're almost pissed you have to do it. Like, I have to drive 5 minutes to get somewhere. And like anything longer than 15 minutes, you're mad about. So I like 15 minutes drive. So now we have number 3 seed versus number 14 seed. The 3 seed is free sunglasses. I think this is also this is a dead-on 7 out of 10. Anytime you get free sunglasses from some sort of promotion, whatever, you get free sunglasses, they're always a 7 out of 10. Maybe they look cool, you like them, they are going to break. And without a doubt, they're going to suck in some way eventually down the road. But for now, when you get the free sunglasses, it's a nice experience. And that's going up in number 14 seed, just the day Thursday. Thursday as a 7 out of 10 day. It is not Friday. It is not a weekend. But it's also, you're past most of the week. So most of that is nice. So Thursday versus free sunglasses. Let's start with you, KB. Which one of these things do you think is more of a 7 out of 10?
Off the bat,
Thursday, no doubt.
Free sunglasses, like I'm guessing they're like the
Cheapest
plastic
possible things you can imagine.
even want
they
those.
will break.
That's a below 5.
Yes.
Like that's
But-
a worse. Then you have to hold them or find a
They are
garbage.
free, and sometimes they look cool. Think if you got the in my brain, like imagine if we were like our freshman year of college, if someone gave you a free pair of the Kanye sunglasses, how fucking amped you would be.
Yeah, but it's not. You go to a Mets game, you get these shitty free sunglasses. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this?
Yeah, it's not free sunglasses. Thursday is a great
Thursday,
pick.
so 1 for Thursday, Rudy.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think free sunglasses are such a burden. It's literally like that Kanye tweet. It's like, oh, I got this water bottle on this plane. Now I'm fucking responsible for this water bottle.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
That is a gripe that I've had before.
And it's the same thing. Like, and there are guys out there that you can tell are free sunglass guys. Like if you at like some sort of like farmer's market or like music festival, it's like, oh, those are free sunglasses, and he's like having a good time. He's like rocking out in them. I look like a fucking dipshit in free sunglasses every single time. And the quality of them is so dog shit. It's like they like shipped it over from China. It's just it's like an insulting use of plastic. And
They look like shit. They're more of like a costume.
Yeah.
I find them
Accessory
they're almost
than
like
an actual
annoying. Their presence annoys me.
I guess
Exactly. And like if you actually like try to block the sun, it almost just like it's like a prism, and the sun is just hitting you hard in a different light. It's just so shitty. And Thursday rules, man. Thursday rules
If you're in college, it's like a 9 or a 10
Yes.
out of 10.
for sure.
As adults, it definitely loses some points. But like Thursday night, that's a fine night. That's a 7 out of 10.
I can only picture now Rudy wearing like a green pair of St. Patrick's sunglasses that are like branded with like Landshark beer or something like that. Like you wouldn't rock them. You wouldn't
Right.
rock them.
Yeah.
No. never.
Eddie.
I'm actually the outlier here. I think Thursday's a little better than a 7 out of 10. Like if Fridays,
That
yeah,
could be
like if
argued,
Fridays
yeah.
are 10s, I think.
No, Saturday and Sundays.
I think Saturday's a 10. I think Friday's a 9.
Okay, fine. If Saturday's a 10, Friday's a 9, I think Thursday and Sundays are 8s.
Oh no,
Sunday.
Sunday is better than a Thursday.
You're still off, though.
If every day is a Sunday, then you never have to work.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think that's crazy, but
I don't know. I think it's a perfect as a 7 because you still have another day of work. The day of Thursday to work, the all of Friday to work.
Plus Sunday, you get football and everything. On, you know, in the
Thursday
fall.
you get football
It's a
too.
good argument. It's a good argument.
That's true.
Regardless, I'm a bad sunglass guy. Anytime I've ever tried to spend money on them, I lose them.
Yep.
So I actually appreciate the cheap ones. Like a cheap one, it's like, all right, that's going in the golf bag. This one's going in the car. And you can kind of use them in situations where if you had one pair and you just lose everything, it's there for you. So in a weird way, I kind of like free sunglasses, which I know how bad the bad version of them can be, but they can be useful in certain situations, and I just named 2.
So 1 for I kind of like the thought process there of it being disposable. Glenny?
I think Thursday may be the leader in the clubhouse for me right now. Thursday's fantastic. I'm a massive Thursday fan.
Well, that makes it over a 7 out of 10 then.
But it's just because I like I said, Hootie and the Blowfish are 7 for me, or 7, but they're my favorite band.
Yeah, fair.
Entourage, we may have said is a 7's favorite show, but in the realm, like we said, in the realm of days, we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Make it Thursday a 7. Boom. Thursday's the perfect 7.
Thursday's gonna win, but Klemmer.
So I thought about this a lot when I worked in the cubes. Like I would think about in great days. I suggested Friday at 11 a.m.
You did, yeah.
is the perfect 7 because you haven't hit lunch yet, but you just know if you get through this day, then you're in the weekend. Thursday, you still have to deal with Friday. And like when you're in the cubes, it's like it's one more day. It just fucking sucks, and you just want to get through it. I still will pick Thursday in this option, but Thursday is not in their cup. For me, it's a huge difference between Thursday and Friday at 11. It's a huge difference in my mind.
Gotcha. I mean, that's fair. I would.
Because when I wake up Thursday morning, I still have 40% of the work week left. It's like, fuck.
So Thursday's going to move on. Now we have the 10 seed versus the 7 seed. The 10 seed is a cold cut sandwich, and I talked a little bit about Glenny about this earlier. We're not talking you go to a deli and you get some fucking really nice ripped up Italian sub or something like that. We're talking a cold cut sandwich you make at home.
Yeah,
talking.
I'm not saying like go
I
to a
like this.
beautiful Italian deli and get like the big the Godfather hero.
Yeah.
I'm saying like a ham and cheese you make at your house.
Salami
Turkey and
sandwich.
Yeah,
Swiss.
salami. Yeah,
That's a good
Exactly.
That's
All
a
right.
good 7.
Turkey and Swiss and mayo on like multi-grain bread you don't
Yeah.
really want to eat on, but it's the bread you have. Like
what you
that-
had for lunch growing, like what you brought
Yeah.
to school.
Exactly. And that's going up against the number 7 seed. Your favorite soda, but it's in a plastic bottle. Not out of a can, not out of a fountain. Strictly plastic bottle. Great option. So the cold cut sandwich versus the soda in a plastic bottle, Klemmer. You drink more soda out of plastic bottles than anyone I think I've ever
Only
met.
because of the it's convenience. At home I drink out of a can, but I'm afraid of spilling it here at the workplace, and it's just I got to bring it. If I'm in different places, I got to bring it. It's the only reason why.
You're scared of
Yeah,
spilling?
I don't want to. I hate spilling. It makes me very upset. I don't like making. I don't like making a mess. It makes me very, especially on like things that are not mine. I don't like spilling anything. If I spill something, if I would
You spill
ever
often?
no, because I try to be really careful. But if I remember we worked right across here. If I spilled and it went into your stuff and somehow got your stuff like ruined, I would feel horrible. Like it would be really bad. Like I don't like even address
Naturally, everybody would.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. But like so, I try to avoid that.
I think
you know,
there's
like,
a guy that like loves spilling out there.
That's
He's
like courteous to another level.
Yeah.
I don't know. It also, it's not me being a nice guy just because it creates anxiety. Like it's selfish too. It's like it helps
Yeah.
dampen my anxiety.
I kind of want to like.
So you go around the world with a looming fear of
I
spilling?
go around the world with looming. I don't say fear because I don't hate that word fear. I think worry, concern.
Hatred.
I'm always concerned about something. That's just true. The option is, I'm sorry. is the
Cold
soda-
cut sandwich that.
So
again.
the cold cut sandwich is perfect. So a salami sandwich make at home. Now maybe the bread's not not the best, but I have the mustard I like, right? So like there's enough goods and bads,
Yeah.
and I enjoy a salami sandwich. I made it myself. I cut it the way I like it. That's a 7.
So 1 for the cold cut
I'm
sandwich.
never excited about it, but I'm happy after I ate it.
I actually think more I'm looking at this is like could be a fucking finals matchup. This I think is like that tight.
I may be crazy because it's on the bracket, but I don't really hate favorite soda out of a plastic bottle. I kind of enjoy it. I guess we're talking opposed to fountain soda, which obviously is the best form of soda.
Ugh.
But then you have.
Can soda I think is better as
But then
well.
you, but
by
either
DC
way,
Show.
then you have a can. You're getting 12 ounces bottle. I'm getting 16. I'm getting
The
4
can's so
ounces.
cold.
Now they make the tall boy cans of soda.
Too much.
So
That's the same amount as the
I
bottle.
know, isn't that weird?
even if it was
I
same
agree.
ounce,
It doesn't make any sense.
It
I know
is
it's
weird.
how my brain works. Plus, even picking you up, it's like a different weight. It's just weird to me.
You
even
do
if it
feel
was-
like a not great holding up the one. Yeah.
I will say, like, I do think my peak soda is fountain. So I do think a can sip, the first sip of a cold can, is more close to a fountain. But I'm gonna go with the cold cut sandwiches. I think it's a perfect 7. I mean, it's not a high class deli. It's not a high end. I don't know, some sort of sandwich you're gonna get anywhere, like one of those artisan delis, like a place in Chicago, that Tempesta right down your guys' street, fantastic deli. Not talking like that. I'm just saying, ham and cheese, a little mustard, nice 7. I'm not gonna be mad about it. I'm not gonna be thrilled over it. It's a 7.
So right now we're 2 for cold cut sandwich. Eddie.
Yeah, this is a hard one. I agree. And I think ultimately Glenny made the point I was going to make. You just get a little bit more with a bottled soda. So I think I would not pick that. I would pick the cold cut because it's always standard. It's your third starter. It's going out there. It's throwing 90 pitches, and then that's what it's going to be. So
What was your guys' like go-to cold cut sandwich growing up? Mine was always bologna and cheese, but I feel like not a lot of people
I was just a ham
do
and
that.
cheese.
Ham and cheese.
Yeah.
I like ham, cheese, and mustard, ham, cheese, and mayo. I honestly loved roast beef, but roast beef, when you get cold cut roast beef, it's still one of my favorite sandwiches I get now. Go to the deli, just get like a pound of roast beef, and then just make it at home quick. But if you leave it in your fridge, like by Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah.
it was great.
Has the weird
It's gross,
film on
yeah.
it. Yeah.
But I would like to weigh in. Can is the superior style of soda for sure.
Yes. Absolutely.
Aaron Harang, perfect number 3
Aaron
starter,
Harang.
right?
Rudy.
Good 7.
I'm a big fan of my homemade sandwiches. I know how I like it. I make them good. I really fucking enjoy those. So I would put that over. I would even go. I love sandwiches. I would even go as crazy to say airport sandwiches a 7.
Airport sandwich.
Whoa.
What does that mean?
Like you go to.
The little
Yeah.
market.
Yeah.
Those are
No!
horrible.
I get it. Listen, I'm a slut, dude. I'm a fucking
You
slut
are.
for sandwiches. I understand that I'm an outlier again on this one, but I love sandwiches, and the ones I make at home, I fucking
What's the Rudy?
Turkey, pepper jack, mayo, ground mustard, and lettuce, tomato, and a little bit
It's
of
too
pickle.
much, I think. I think it
a
might
lot.
be. It might be
I
too
like that
much.
mustard
dude.
though.
Yeah.
Rudy also has an elite bread place near him too.
Ooh.
Yeah. So.
You get like artisan bread for this stuff?
Oh yeah. Sometimes though, for like a certain sandwich, the artisan bread is almost too
Agreed.
interfering. You need a very basic multigrain, like Rudy's, toasted it. Doesn't get in the
Gotcha.
way. You know, a lot of artisan bread, it's like you're doing too much. It's like
So
a
you're gonna go with the
teapot.
plastic soda?
You know what? You know what makes me feel good about sandwiches? I feel like I save money when I make them. Like, oh, I didn't get Uber Eats.
Yeah,
I didn't
same.
spend all this money. I made it myself. It probably cost like $2. I feel good about that, or $1. I feel good about
Absolutely.
that. Like, it's a sense of
Yeah,
pride.
but turkey is fucking like
I know.
cold cuts
I
are
know,
so
I know,
expensive.
I know.
You
It's crazy. Like on paper, I'm not really saving that much money, but for whatever reason, when I make sandwiches at home, my bank account inflates to a remarkable level.
I think you do save a lot of money, Rudy. Think about how much you spend. Like, go through it.
Man,
it's
now
like
I'm-
$10 just for the sandwich at like a
Now I really
know.
want a ham and cheese cut
I mean, like
triangularly.
a salami
Yeah.
sandwich with just the right mustard.
Yeah, some pudding.
The triangle bite of the edge of the crust. Now I want that. Come on.
Oh,
You know what's weird is even the shitty cold cuts are bad now. Like the ones that come in like the prepackaged like containers, like the slimy turkey. You know what I'm talking about? They come in like the round
Yep.
pressed Oscar Mayer type shit.
Yeah.
Like that stuff is even
Yeah.
expensive. It's crazy.
Yeah. And for me, like the neither of these are a 7 out of 10 to me. Like the sandwich is too good. And when if I get like delivery and they give me a bottle of Diet Coke, my
Yep.
heart sinks.
Yep.
My heart sinks. I'm still going to drink it. So I'll say that is, I guess, closer to a 7 out of 10 because I still drink it. And it's like, all right, I still got my fix. But it is an absolute flick.
I would pay more
It's in a
money
bottle.
for a canned soda than for a bottled soda, which the bottled soda comes from
Every
with
time.
more soda. No
I would too.
question.
Yeah.
Yes.
No question. So right now the cold cut sandwich is going to win, but KB?
I was whipping up some garbage. So to me, like Jersey Mike's, you're gonna get an 8, 8.5 maybe. Jimmy John's a 7, maybe a 7.5, and the shit I was making at home would be more of like a 5.5, 6.
So you're gonna,
So I'm gonna go the bottled soda the soda that you like to begin with in a bottle.
so either way, Colt.
It's gonna be lukewarm.
Oh yeah. No, dude, they're
Like a bottled Dr Pepper is gonna be hot, fresh, even if it's out the fridge.
They retain heat.
Something about a bottled Dr Pepper.
They retain heat like
dude, they've like lit off
crazy.
radiation.
But
They're so
here's the
hot.
thing: which one? I would
It's a
say
heat
that
source.
a bottled Dr Pepper is better than a bottled Diet Coke. But I think that Diet Coke is a better soda. There's certain bottle ones.
Yeah.
that
Oh, it
come
definitely
with
changes the
that-
taste. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I would agree. Yeah, Dr Pepper definitely is better bottled form versus that. But I
Yeah.
don't think Dr Pepper in a can is particularly great.
Oh,
actually,
really?
the more I'm thinking about it, I think a Diet Coke, like Diet Coke, it is everything. It is. I don't think there's a bigger difference in soda taste between canned and bottled Diet Coke. It is.
Diet Coke in a can is
Yeah, like it's
Molly.
literally the greatest substance ever created, and then in a bottle, it's almost inedible. Like you can't.
Well, I feel the same way about regular Coke. I don't drink Diet Coke for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's inedible.
Yeah. That's fair. So the cold cut sandwich is going to move on. Now we have the 2 seed versus the 15 seed playing game. The 15 seed playing game options are one from KB. I don't know what this means. Roche runs?
Those are shoes.
What is this?
Nike Roche Run.
I have no idea.
I don't know they are either.
They,
You know,
listen, at their peak, they were very cool, more trendy than cool, and they look fine. They look pretty cool, comfortable. I think they're a good 7 out of 10 shoe.
I don't think a shoe has ever burned hotter and brighter and had such
This
an
is like
enormous fall
the
off.
most average looking shoe I've
It
ever
faded
seen.
fast.
Yeah. It became like a meme. Like if you wear Roshi runs and you don't have a fashionable
Yeah,
atom in
these
your
look
body.
incredibly average, which is
these aren't
But they
sevens
occupy
though.
like a rare airspace because like you can just be a guy at a schlub that doesn't care about fashion and you would never wear Roshi runs. It was like this perfect medium of a guy that like, oh, I'm gonna like try to look cool. And they like the kind of guy that like Googles cool men's shoes and they gives you the Roshi run, so you're like not dressing like a bag of dicks like Adam Sandler, but you're also not reaching the heights of like, oh, I'm actually thinking about what
Gotcha.
I'm wearing. It's like the most awful middle.
Gotcha.
First off, are they Roshi or Roche?
I always thought it was Roche.
I thought it was Roche.
I don't know if I'm correct. I assume they were. I've heard it say Roche.
thought they were
I don't know if it
Roche.
is Roche or Roche.
Roche's.
Roche.
Might be Roche.
That's like Ferrero Rocher, but that's spelled differently though. So I don't.
Yeah, we can get those off if like.
No, I just didn't know what it was.
people
I
don't know.
thought it was gonna be like you ever do like Indian runs in middle school or high school, like in track and field.
Those would be like
A zero.
2 out of 10.
That's what I thought it was gonna be some sort of
Yeah.
running activity. I thought that's what you. And I was like, there's no way this is gonna make it. I just want to know what it
And there's
is.
that one Hardo that always just goes
Yeah,
too fast.
fucking hated that.
The worst.
Why
We
do they
used to
call
try
it?
to hide in the woods. We'd like hide in the woods and wait for them to loop around and join them again.
What the fuck? Why do they call it Indian runs anyway?
That's how the
Sure, there's
Indians
some-
used to run.
I guess so. No wonder we fucking.
You're probably running away from all the people trying to kill them.
Yeah. So now we have the other options are a Mexican restaurant in Middle America. I love this one, KB. That's fantastic. Any Mexican.
That's you're gonna get a 7 out of 10, no higher, no lower.
The number 4.
Yeah, that was my pick.
It's my favorite number.
It's not 5. It's not
Yeah.
10. It's certainly not 1. But I think it's a solid number.
So you think 4 is?
Yeah.
Dividing things into 4s like Mount Rushmore.
Four is a
quartets.
good number though.
Yeah.
4 might be an 8.
Yeah,
out
I
of 10,
think
to
4
be
is a good
honest.
number.
Yeah.
But 8 is a damn good number.
5 sucks.
You think 5
I like
sucks?
five.
Five's
You
my
gotta
favorite
give
number.
respect. Got to tip the cap to the round ones.
4 is an unlucky number in Chinese culture.
Really?
Yeah, it means like death. Like it sounds the same or something. They don't like it. They do not like number 4. Next is the University of Wisconsin, also from KB.
I did put this, but I think it might be higher. I would just like factoring in sports success or lack thereof and weather. It might go down to a 7, but I think it's such a good school. I don't want to put it in the 7 out of 10 category. Taking
It off.
I respect
Next
that.
option is chicken tenders and fries. We talked a little bit about this before, Glenny. Sometimes it feels like it should be higher, but it really is just kind of a 7 out of 10.
It's your 7. It's my 7 out of 10 go-to meal if I'm out. If I'm out at a bar and I'm hungry, what do I order? Tenders and
It's
fries.
safe. You won't be
If I'm at
disappointed.
a
It's hard to
ballpark,
it's
what
hard
do
to
I
fuck
get?
it up.
Tenders and fries.
Yeah.
Hard to fuck up, always good.
It's never going to be great.
Variation of sauces, make it nice. It's a 7 out of 10.
I look
a
at
great
chicken
option.
tenders, especially like if you're out at a bar drinking, it's like a med pack. It's like
That's exactly what I meant. 1,000%.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
like a
not.
stim.
I'm not trying to. I don't want them. I'm not necessarily craving them, but I'm doing it. This is just a precautionary measure.
Like the Fortnite.
Yeah.
But it's not like
it's
you're, and it's not like you're
chug
saying
jug,
it's
We got to get some
disgusting.
food in the system, but we also can't get crazy.
Yeah.
It's just a stim pack.
Adrenaline, dude.
Like give me an extra hour.
The McDonald's sausage, egg, and cheese muffin.
Real egg, by the way.
Might
I
be
worked at
higher.
McDonald's. I use a real egg in that.
You worked at McDonald's, but that was like 30 years ago. They might have changed it.
I don't think they still use real egg.
This is actually pretty good because I don't. It's not the best item on the breakfast menu by far, but
What do you think it is? Don't say pancakes.
come on, bro. That's
Disrespectful.
make sure.
borderline.
that's fucked up.
That was
was
fucked
so-
up.
Is that fucked
That
up?
was really fucked
Pancakes
was
just they're
fucked
just
up. I mean,
in a micrograve.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kyle.
Did I just say that to the
Yeah,
snake
that's
dog?
far,
Christ.
bro.
What would it be? What would be the best? What would be the
not
10
to
out of
say.
10 McDonald's?
McGriddle.
Yeah, McGriddle or actually low key the bagel. Is,
I think this steak, egg, and cheese bagel.
Steak's a little perverted. Kyle.
Dude, the steak, egg, and cheese bagel is
That is
unbelievable.
They make it. I didn't know they
it was
made
after
one.
my time.
The McDonald's bagels are
We didn't have them.
underrated. They are fucking awesome.
Dude, I've never
See,
had
they,
that. I
They
didn't know
even make
had
their own
that.
like little special sauce kind of on it. Not like a McDonald's special, not in like a Big Mac special sauce, but it's almost like a breakfast hollandaise aioli almost.
Oh, so,
If you ever go, I'm telling you, sausage, egg, and cheese bagel with the sauce that comes on it, it's damn good.
I don't really.
And the steak, egg, and cheese is insane. The steak, egg, and cheese like a Philly cheesesteak almost. There's onions on it.
Wait, but Rudy, have you ran past someone in life who said the pancakes at McDonald's was their best item?
I've ran into people that they're weirdly
Oh,
into those pancakes.
they call 'em
and I
hotcakes,
just
right?
had
That's
this
what they called
weird
when I was
sense that
there.
You might be one of
All
those.
right.
I just had a feeling you might be one of those, and I'm honestly so
Dude,
fucking sorry.
Thank you for apologizing because that was offensive.
Yeah, I'm actually really. I actually feel.
As you should.
That was fucked
Do you guys
up.
ever have like a Bowberry
Yeah,
biscuit?
that's my bad.
I think that's on my top for fast food.
I've
for
never
fast food
had that.
biscuit from Bojangles, very good.
We get those hotcakes out of the walk-in freezer, and we just basically throw them in the microwave for like 30 seconds and put them on a styrofoam. Back then, you put them on a styrofoam thing, and there you go. Could not have spent less time in them. But the egg, though, they actually crack an egg. It's a real egg.
Were you working there when they did the McDLT?
No, it's after me.
The Jason
Before me,
Alexander?
excuse me. Before me.
Yeah.
That was in the 80s.
Jason
Early
Alexander
90s.
commercial or something.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah, that was the 80s. I'm not that old.
And then last option is Domino's, which I think is a perfect 7 out of 10 because it is not. It is not. Here's the thing. Actual pizza is I think like a 9, 10 out of 10. Domino's is when you're craving Domino's, and I think Marty had said this to me. When you're craving Domino's, you are not craving pizza. You are craving Domino's. Otherwise, you would just order pizza. And I think the experience of Domino's is 7 out of 10. I think it's
A
a
lot
good
of
option.
places, that's all they have is Domino's.
Yeah, but
Like
that's
a lot of America.
But what I'm saying is like
Yeah,
if
that and like a Little Caesars, and that's it.
oh, that's brutal. So the full Roshi runs the Mexican restaurant in Middle America. The number 4 chicken tenders and fries, McDonald's sausage, egg and cheese, or Domino's. KB, which chain option do you think should move on?
I'm between Mexican and Domino's. So I think I hate Domino's compared to other pizza places. I think it's the worst.
I agree with that.
But it's still pizza. It's very good.
And they have other things there too. They have the chicken kickers.
So the Mexican restaurant can go higher. It's usually going to be a 6 or a 7 or a 7.5, but it can also be a 8.5. I'll go Domino's.
Domino's gets 1 vote. Rudy.
I've said this before, and once again, it's kind of a hot take. I think all pizza's a 7 out of 10, give or take. I think that there's very low variance in pizza.
You don't think there's any like 9s?
Not really. I mean, there can be a 9 pizza given my circumstances. Like if I'm really craving pizza, I just think it has less to do with the pizza. Like in my opinion, all pizza. There are like some like John's Bleecker like cheese. I get that can be like 8, 9 territory, but I think like all pizza is. Like
Elio's
7.
frozen pizza.
And that's why I'll never own a $200 million company because I just can't rate pizza. Like I just cannot.
It'd just be 7s.
I would just be like, oh, this is pizza. To me, the Roshi run is such a platinum 7. I think that whoever created the Roshi runs, like I don't even think Nike knows if that, like they don't even know who it was. Like that person doesn't even exist. I think that they just spawned in as like just the definition of average.
I think it was maybe 1 season.
Yeah.
When we were in college, it was. They were hot
They were hot.
with the joggers,
Right.
and the big T-shirt.
It's like if you auto-generated an Amazon ad for like shoes for men, it would be the Roshi run.
I'm switching
You're
to
switching over to the Roshi run?
runs. That is a 7 out of 10
Yeah,
shoe.
it is. It is the shoe for the universe. Like it is. It is not an athletic shoe, but it's not a leisure shoe. It is everything at once while being none of it. It is so.
We have 2 for the Roshi run. Eddie.
I'm between the tenders and the biscuit.
Oh, the tenders was a
Yeah.
good pick.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Really good pick.
I think a law of averages, you could get a better tender, you could get a worse tender. The McDonald's biscuit's pretty standard across the board, so I'm going to go with that.
So the sausage, egg, and cheese gets a.
Wait. The Roshis are trash. They're 5s. I'm going chicken tenders and fries. That's a 7 out of 10 meal.
Tenders is going to get a vote, so now we are.
Nah, that's a 6.5.
What's what?
I'm going Domino's.
Back to the original one. So 1 for Domino's, 1 for sausage, egg, and cheese, 1 for the Roshi run.
All right, so I have 2 that I was picking from. It was either Tendies or the sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin. And the sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin, I think it's fantastic. But once again, I don't think it's a McMuffin. I don't think it's a McGriddle, and I don't think it's a bagel. So I think it's a great 7 for me. If Eddie picked Tendies, I would have went Tendies here, but he picked McMuffin. I'm going McMuffin.
So 2 for the sausage, egg, and cheese.
I just want to put it at 2.
Solidarity.
Klemmer?
As a kid growing up that's horribly picky, there are so many meals or so many restaurants where having chicken tender and fries has saved my ass. Like, and I never loved it, but it was always there for me. So like, I have to pick chicken tender and fries.
That means that the sausage, egg, and cheese is going to move on and play our number 1 seed. And our number 1 seed today is Target men's T-shirts. This is a KB one, which I think is dead on. Especially there's one specific Target brand shirt. I think it's called like the Usual brand or something like that. They are the most unremarkable 7 out of 10 T-shirts you've ever worn in your entire life.
I think they're damn good. But then you're like, oh, fuck, I'm in Target. Maybe it's not that good. But that's a decent T-shirt.
I could not agree more. And all the ones I've gotten from Target. We're not talking like, Walmart-y like graphic tees where it's fucking like Naruto, whatever that shit.
No, like the
regular shirts. So sausage, egg, and cheese from McDonald's versus.
Wait, time out. Can I actually change my thing to? Did you pick tenders, right?
Yeah.
Can I change me to tenders? Can we do tendies?
You could change it tenders. That would make tenders.
Wow,
The winner.
what
I want tendies the winner. Yeah.
That means tenders, chicken,
go.
tenders and fries. Wow, a little late switch.
Because I was blanking out. And I was looking at that. I was like, tendies could be Target.
So tenders
Yeah.
versus Target's men's T-shirts. Klemmer.
Chicken tender and fries all day. I wouldn't. I mean, I would maybe like get an undershirt from Target, but even then, I wouldn't think it's a 7. It maybe a best of 5.
They're good. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm more like chicken tender and fries to me is like if I'm at like a game or anywhere really, and I like all right, chicken tender and fries. I'm never like dissatisfied, but I'm never like over the moon about it.
Yeah.
Like it always does the job.
Yeah.
And like makes and I'm a really big eater. That's saying something. That's a 7.
Have you done like the tenders bucket from at Yankee Stadium?
I don't know. I think I have like years ago, like not since I moved back.
Bucket of fries with the tenders on top.
Not since I moved back.
It's great stuff. One for the tenders.
I'm not a massive Target fan, and I just echo everything Klemmer just said. Tenders and fries are the epitome of 7 in my brain. They're the epitome of 7. You get a good one. That could maybe be a 9. You get a decent one, but that's still a 5. Median out, different sets of fries, maybe some steak
Different
fries,
sauces.
maybe some curly fries, barbecue, ranch. It's an ideal 7.
2 for the tenders.
I'm going tenders too.
Tendies.
Tenders is gonna win.
Just not much experience with the Target shirt.
They're good stuff. Sorry, KB. I think I overjudged.
They don't realize.
They'll find out one day. Rudy.
So I'm basing this off like which one of them is most consistently a 7. That's what I keep thinking about. Like tenders are 7 out of 10, but there's some that really hit new heights, and there's some that hit unbelievable lows. Like I don't think there's ever been a food that is like prepared and cooked that can be more disrespected than chicken tenders. I've gotten some chicken tenders that look like they were victims of the chef, and they're so bad. But there's some that are just so fantastic. Whereas the Target shirt, every one of them is just such a 7 out of 10. And even you're talking about the blanks. I feel like the Target T-shirt section for men's has like such a weird imprint in my brain, and this may be like the Mandela effect or whatever. I think that Target has had a Flash T-shirt on display for 45 years.
It's never gone down.
I don't think I've ever gone to a Target men's T-shirt section and there hasn't been a Flash shirt.
Just like not even the right shade of red.
It is always.
It's right dead center. It's like they've just never moved on. It's like the jet sweep. It's like once they can stop it, we're going to switch it up. So I think the Target shirt is consistently more a 7 than the tenders.
1 for this shirt, KB.
Sorry, I'm gonna get technical. If we're rating foods, I would say like any given like fine dining entree, say like a chicken parmesan, or maybe like a Michelin burger. That's a 9 out of 10, correct?
I would say yeah.
So then, okay, that's 9. Then what would you call a Chipotle bowl? An 8?
Depends on when you ask it, dude.
A good Chipotle bowl or burrito.
Okay.
I think that's an 8. I don't think chicken tenders are that close.
To the.
I think they're more 6.
I don't know.
This guy's kind of
is
got a
still
point.
above
If you
average.
get a fantastic tender, though, a fantastic tender is very good. It may not be as high scale as a Michelin star burger, like you said, but like we had a place, Blue Ribbon Chicken here. That's like all they do is tenders and even stickies.
Stickies. I do like stickies a lot.
You get a damn good tendy. A damn good tendy is up there.
A Blue Ribbon like Michelin burger
Yeah.
might be a 10 though, not a 9.
I guess by default, the best Michelin restaurant in the world's food is a 10.
Yeah.
And then number 9 is like that scale of restaurant right below that, which is still
And then maybe
insane.
Chipotle's like that.
I
8.
think it's all to each their own.
And then
really.
that 7 is the tender.
I don't know. What do you think, KB?
All right, well, for the sake of discourse and to get everyone participating, I'm going to move
To chicken tenders. Tendies is going to move on. Before we get to our playoffs, let's hear from our last sponsor, They Factor. You watch anything with Barstool, you see Factor all the time. Speaking of food, this food at least is good for you. Notice how the days are shorter, but your to-do lists aren't. Power through your busy days with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. From breakfast to dinner and anything in between, Factor has easy, nutritious options to keep you fueled up and feeling your best. Whether you like your routine or you enjoy mixing things up, they have you covered with 35 different delicious meals every week and over 60 different additional options to help you cover in a box like keto cookies, pressed juices, and smoothies. Don't let the shorter days slow you down. Stay energized with America's #1 ready-to-eat meal service. Factor lets you do you. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well balanced. Because Factor's meals are chef prepared and dietitian approved, you're going to get you're going to love how not only Factor's meals taste, but how they support your goals. We love Factor. It's like literally 2 minutes in the microwave, and it tastes like someone just made it right in front of you. Always talk about with Factor their smoothies. I physically don't understand how it works, how they make it tasteless if they just made it right in front of you. Head to factormeals.com/LCB50 and use code LCB50 to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month. That's code LCB50 at factormeals.com/LCB50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. Shout out to Factor. All right, let's run through these playoffs. First option, another one. People have been debating this for centuries. You've heard Skip Bayless and Stephen A. go back and forth about it. Many other people, Hannity and whatever. This Phoenix, Arizona versus Jennifer Gardner. Which one of these is more of a 7 out of 10? KB.
I don't know Gardner's body of work enough. I don't know what she currently looks like enough to fairly rate her. But I think Phoenix, again, compared to other American cities, and maybe even the world over, if you can include like developing countries, I think it's a good 7. So Phoenix.
7 out of 10 from Phoenix. Rudy.
I'm gonna agree. I think Phoenix is very much a 7 out of 10. I adore Jennifer Gardner.
Do you think she got hurt in her popularity by the emergence of Hilary Swank? I feel like they run too much in the same lane.
Hilary Swank has won 2 Oscars. Jennifer Gardner is also.
Yeah, but I think they run in the same lane. They almost look exactly the same.
Jennifer Gardner she's above a 7.
So
Alias Jennifer Gardner is a 10. That's like perfection.
Shout out to J.J. Abrams.
Super Bowl Alias, if
Connor.
anyone my age remembers that. A lot going on.
Super Bowl Alias.
The episode right after the Super Bowl aired.
Alias trailers used to scare me when I was a
I
kid.
didn't understand the show. I thought at first it was like a Skinamax type sex show based on some of the trailer stuff. Yeah.
So did I. I thought it was like murder, scary sex, and I felt bad for her. I was like, oh, who the fuck she is? That sucks.
2 for Phoenix, Eddie.
I'm going back and forth at Jennifer Gardner, and I just can't think of one reason why I would put her above a 7 or why I'd put her under a 7. So I got to move Jen.
Jennifer Gardner.
I don't want to.
Fair.
She's under a 7 for me.
She's under a 7 for you?
Really?
She doesn't. She just seems kind of always has seemed kind of blah to me.
Even like back in the day?
Yeah, even 13 going on 30. She was just very blah to me. I'm gonna go with Phoenix. I think Phoenix is a good pick for a 7.
3 for Phoenix, 1 for Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah, Jennifer Gardner. I said Super Bowl Jennifer Gardner is a 10, so it's hard for me to say 7, even though maybe that's more apt now. No?
Showing them pictures of Jennifer Gardner and Alias.
Yeah, big fan. So I'm going to go with Phoenix.
You're going to go with Phoenix. Phoenix is going to move on. Now we have the cold pizza versus the best hike. Klemmer.
Cold pizza is a very good pick for as a 7. You're always happy it's there. It's never going to blow you away.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of cold pizza and I've had no hikes, so we'll go with cold pizza.
Never had
a hike once in his life. 2 for cold pizza. Eddie?
Repeat Glenn's comment. And I'll pass it to
Rudy?
Have you guys ever even like sampled a hike?
Like walk in the woods, maybe?
Free samples just walking somewhere.
Like a flat surface in the woods, but not
You
going
walked.
up?
Yeah.
That's kind of a hike-ish.
I was a Boy Scout for a year.
There you go.
Yeah, it was.
You definitely hiked then.
Yeah, but I can't say I enjoyed it. Right? Like
It would be a 0.
Yeah.
You're right.
Rudy?
It's hike versus cold pizza. I can think of one hike where I looked back and I was like, damn, that was dope. And that was because me and my brother were talking about the moon, and he knew a lot about it, and that was a really nice conversation. Other than that, 7 out of 10s. Cold pizza. I sometimes think cold pizza hits better than ready fresh pizza.
I think it depends situation.
I really love cold pizza, so I'm going to go with the hike. It's more of a 7 out
Hike,
of 10.
KB?
So this is the best possible.
The best possible hike.
Which I haven't even experienced yet. So I'm gonna go cold pizza. That I know I'm gonna go 7.
So that means cold pizza to go into the finals. Cold pizza versus Phoenix, Arizona. Which one of these is more of a 7 out of 10? KB.
Phoenix has incredible golf courses, incredible nightlife if you count the whole area. Incredible winters. And all like the big 4 professional
3
sports
now.
teams. It might be higher than a 7 on a grand scale. So I'm gonna go cold pizza.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're doing full grand scale, it's probably better than like Karachi or something, or like some like random like in a third world.
All right, if we're doing major cities, yeah, it is a 7.
But like if it includes all global cities, it has to be higher because a lot of these have to suck.
Yeah,
It
but I'm
does,
not. I mean,
but
yeah.
Let's keep it. We know what
fair,
we're doing.
fair enough, Rudy.
Yeah. We can't get lost in the weeds and start comparing
yeah.
Mogadishu to
Yeah, you can't do it.
But again, Phoenix could be a 5.
And the
It could be a 9. Your experience. Cold pizza, I guarantee you, it's going to round up or down to a 7.
Rudy.
Agreed. Yeah, the infrastructure and like the spread of Phoenix gives it a big hit.
That is bad.
It's like a never-ending sprawl of mediocrity. But like Old Town Scottsdale, there's some like the margaritas, the outdoors, like probably the highest per capita pierced nipples, I would say. Next, I mean Miami probably takes it, but Miami, I don't think that Miami should even count as U.S. city. That occupies.
It's almost like Hong Kong,
it's not
right?
The real
it's
world.
It's
just not even the real.
It's like a
world.
municipality.
It's not a real place. It's just not real. But I got to go with. I love cold pizza, so I got to go with Phoenix. It's a very, very solid set.
So one for cold pizza, one for Phoenix. Eddie.
It really is tough. I like that a lot of houses in Phoenix have pools.
Oh,
Just like a good structure of a house, good backyards. It's a good structure, so I'm gonna stick with pizza.
I'm gonna stick with pizza. My great grandma lived in Scottsdale, and we were gonna go visit her for the first time in a long time. And like my dad and my mom were hyping us up, like, "Hey, she's got a pool. She's got a pool. It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun." And we were like 8, 9 years old. We're all excited about it. We went there. She filled the pool in. It was filled with rocks.
What?
The whole pool was filled
In Phoenix,
top
or
to bottom
Scottsdale?
in
That's
rocks.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude, it was and, like not even like cool rocks. It was like the rocks that you would like keep you in.
Don't tell.
It was the
Why?
rock pool, and it was
Not grandma's rock pool.
the fucking like rocks you would use like in your front yard to like fill in like a landscape thing. You know what I mean? Like the purple rocks. It was just filled with those little
Why
weird
did she
purple
do
sharp
this?
rocks. She just like I didn't want to have to do the maintenance of the pool, so
Oh,
we
come
filled it with rocks.
on.
That's a Skylar White. That's a Skylar White ass move right there.
She didn't even like put grass over it or like it was just a pool filled with fucking purple rocks.
That's
it was
awful.
insane. And then the AC didn't work, but that was another problem.
Phoenix might be lower. It's a city in the middle of the
Yeah.
desert.
It's man, that sucked.
Living there.
It's
would be
sunny every
lower.
day.
It's just on a whole, yeah.
That is nice.
So 2 for cold pizza, 1 for Phoenix. Glenny,
I'm digging the cold pizza at 7.
you're digging
In
it.
the realm of all real pizza, I think I'm cold pizza.
Cold pizza.
Yeah, I think being sunny every day and the fact they have a baseball team, I probably put Phoenix as an 8.
And
More
higher.
than a 7. The more I think about it, so I'm gonna go
Spring training.
spring
too,
training.
Klemmer.
That's a huge win.
You pretty much get to see a trailer of every team.
I'm gonna go with cold pizza. Phoenix is just maybe it's better than I think.
Yeah. Glenny, how do you feel about the border down there? Secured?
It's going to be.
about 3 hours from the border.
So on the other side, we have Thursday versus a 15-minute drive. Klemmer.
I'm gonna go 15-minute drive. Like I said, to me, a 7. I know it's splitting hairs, but it's not. If you wake up Thursday at 8:00 a.m., you got 40% of your work week off. That sucks. It's gonna be a 15-minute drive.
15-minute drive, Glenny.
Easy Thursday.
Easy
Not even a
Thursday.
debate.
1-1 right now, Eddie.
Thursday versus 15-minute drive. It is.
Yeah.
15-minute drive.
15-minute drive. Rudy.
I think Thursdays are way better. I really like Thursdays. And a 15-minute drive, the way that people talk about it, it's like, oh, it's only a 15-minute drive, and it's like, oh, okay, we can tolerate that. That's a 7.
15-minute drive, KB.
I didn't hear the 15-minute drive depends on where you're going, like what the deal is. Like if you're going from Soho to Tribeca, that sucks.
Yeah, so
Hell.
we tried to think of a ratio for it, what like the tolerance would be like, and I think that Klemmer and Glenny decided there would be 3 to 5. You'd rather drive 30 minutes, or
In
rather
traffic.
30 minutes in traffic versus 50 minutes with no traffic. Like there is like a rate, like which ones are more tolerable? You know what I mean? Like a shorter.
Or if you hate your job, Thursday is gonna
Yes.
suck too.
Yeah, for some reason Thursday's baked in my brain as Thursday night, and I'm like skipping over the work week.
Yeah.
but I get what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Right.
I don't know if you heard, KB. I said Friday at 11 is the ultimate 7. If you have like a job that
no,
sucks,
That's perfect. That's a
like
7.
Thursday to
yeah.
me is not
tough.
that.
Yeah. So what would you do, KB?
Yeah, Thursday might be a 5 or a 6. Thursday night's great.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go Thursday because Thursday night's so good.
So either way, 15-minute drive is going to move on. On the top side, we have those chicken tenders and fries versus a cold cut sandwich that you make at home, not from deli. KB.
chicken tenders and fries.
The fries is what I think kind of pushes it over, right?
Fries helps, yeah. If you get a good sauce.
One for the tenders, Rudy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the tenders because I've spoken about how much I love sandwiches, and I wish that the vinegar would make it stateside. The Brits got that figured
Canada
out
too.
with the fries.
Same with Canada.
They just put a little vinegar on
It's
it.
so good.
The boardwalk fries.
If you go to some,
Yeah,
I think
more of a
Five
fish and
Guys
chips
has
type
that.
Five
thing,
Guys
but-
has it. If you go to some places in New Hampshire, because it's so close to Canada, there's a big French influence.
Yeah.
You'll find vinegar, and it's awesome.
It's so good. But yeah, I'm gonna go with
2 for tenders.
I think it's homemade cold cut because tenders and fries you can't control that. You control the cold cut. It's gonna be the same every time.
2 for tenders, 1 for cold cut. Sammy, Glenny.
I'm gonna go
Hit
tenders.
your last vote.
Yeah, it's maybe the last vote, but I think tenders is my winner.
Tenders is going to be winning no matter
I'm
what.
saying tenders is my winner.
I'll vote you tenders all the way through.
Yes, vote we tendies all the way through.
I'll ride with Glenny here, tenders.
Yeah,
My
tenders.
apologies. They changed the trains and I gotta get on this fucking
No
train.
worries, but here, you bump over here.
All right, wow.
Um,
Getting promoted.
So we
I thought
are,
we're getting a sub.
yeah. So we are all tenders versus the 15-minute drive to go into the finals. Let's start with you, Klemmer.
What is it again?
No pudding.
Tenders versus a 15-minute drive. Which one of these things is more? of a seven out of 10?
Tenders. Because the 15-minute drive is too many variables.
1 for tenders. I'll vote in place of Glenny. I would also do tenders. I do think that is. I think you said it, Rudy. Like if you average it out, it is going to be a 7, no matter what. Eddie.
Tenders were 15-minute drive.
Yeah.
15-minute drive. Rudy nailed the great point in that when you tell someone it's only 15 minutes, that was a very good point, Rudy.
It's a kind of like a relief to end a bit, right? Where you're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's not a half hour.
Yeah.
I think they did something about this in like 30 Rock, right? Where like the episode where Matt Damon is the air pilot. And like, yeah, we always tell the people it's going to be a 15-minute wait because any more they're going to be upset, and any less will obviously be lying. So we just
Yeah.
keep repeating the 15-minute line. So we're all at 2 tenders, 1 for the drive. Rudy.
This is tough. I would say that now that I'm really digging into it, and the point I made, like Eddie said about the 15-minute drive, it's below a 7. It's just tolerable. Whereas the tenders, not blowing my doors off, but it's not an inconvenience. So I'm going
3
with
for
tenders.
tenders, and also the Glenny vote for tenders. I almost forgot about. KB.
I'm not going to be over the moon about any driving, but if it's like from the airport to your hotel, that's only 15 minutes. That's amazing.
Good point, KB.
But again, it's
Which is a massive negative about
But
Chicago.
are you riding or driving?
either one.
I hate
Preferably,
riding. I
would
hate
rather
riding.
ride.
Really?
Same.
Yeah, but chicken tenders with fries and a good sauce.
Which, by the way, is the drive thing from the airport is a massive negative about Chicago. The distance it takes,
It's
it's
so long.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to get better.
Soul-crushing.
though.
Yeah, hopefully. So tenders
Yeah, for
versus
sure. but
cold
yeah.
pizza in the finals. Chicken tenders and fries versus cold pizza.
This is the
This
finals.
is the finals. Starting with you, KB.
Wow.
Just let him do his thing. Don't interrupt.
Cold pizza. I mean, what do you think? First off, what's better?
What tastes better?
Cold pizza.
Yeah, what tastes better?
Cold pizza.
If it's a good pizza, yes.
If it's a good cold pizza,
How many days is the pizza cold for? That matters.
I'm saying 24 hours.
All right.
I don't know.
So sometimes,
think
I'll
both
get
of
day
the-
2 cold pizza and the crust is like inedible.
Yeah,
But you know what I mean?
I've had it.
I think next morning is in my mind what we're talking about.
That's
here.
peak cold pizza.
Yeah.
All right. I've been hating on chicken tenders, but I think Domino's hot is closer to a 7, so I'm gonna go chicken
Tenders and fries, Rudy.
I wish I could have gone after the ever merciful snack god. I'm shaking in my boots right
You
now.
don't- you
Having
wanna
to-
know what he
having to-
picks?
having to-
Listen, the pancake was
Yeah.
just unbelievable.
I know, and I'm trying to pay penance
Well,
right now.
I'll
I've
see you
sinned
Thursday. And we'll talk.
In the eyes of our Lord, and I feel fucked up. I gotta go with tenders.
You got to go with tenders. Oh man, if
I can't believe this. There are some good tenders, guys.
Please, my lord.
There are, but are there 8.5 tenders?
Rare.
super rare. That is true.
I just love cold pizza.
Yeah, I mean,
Love
I'm
it.
going cold pizza.
Going with cold pizza. So you ended up going against the snack out anyway, Rudy.
But it's
I
not,
know.
listen, it's not egregious.
So 2 for tenders, 1 for cold pizza. My vote would also be for chicken tenders. I think that if it's between the hot and the cold food thing again, I'd rather the hot food, and I'd rather the fresher food, which would be in this case kind of the tenders, depending on where you get it, I guess. But the tenders and fries, it's hot food, sauce, all that stuff. It's good. So I have to go that over cold pizza.
I think I would go cold pizza. It doesn't matter, but I go cold pizza.
You would go cold pizza, and the Glenny vote would also be for
Yeah.
the chicken tenders. So that means that the winner of the bracket episode 152, the most 7 out of 10 thing, is just a good plate of chicken tenders and fries, which is
Good job, guys.
I think that's
a good bracket.
That is a good winner.
That's a very solid,
Yeah, I'm
very
fine with
solid, even Final Four, I think.
Yeah, that's
I would have liked to see Phoenix go the distance, but I can't.
Can't
I
get-
can't.
And
hate
I
it.
should note, Raising Cane's is chicken fingers, so those are a 10 out of 10.
yeah, that's different than
It's a
chicken
different
tender.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are 10.
So shout out to our
Chicken tenders, by the way, invented in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Is that true?
Sure.
Isn't also like the hamburger invented in Connecticut?
I don't know that.
Thing.
I feel like everything's like they always say like, oh, we had the first everything in New Hampshire. It's
Yeah.
like who's gonna get
No,
like,
but like
no
they
one's
even
Googling
you know how they have
who's gonna
alternate
check.
non uniforms, so that the New Hampshire Fisher Cats go by chicken tenders like one day a year.
Did you ask if I knew that?
You know the Manchester Fisher Cats?
I'm just telling you, it's
No.
give New Hampshire some credit. You know why you hear New Hampshire a lot? Because I always want to boast up New Hampshire. I'm proud of it.
We're gonna give him some
My
props.
state.
But thanks for joining. We'll be back next week with a new topic.